Greetings guys, hey, thanks for joining me. Pisces, this is your October reading for 2019. Today is the 10th of September that I'm doing this on, which is a Tuesday. So yes, I'm uploading them well before October. I think it often comes into being that once the videos are active and uploaded, then the messages can start playing through anyhow. Now, for October this year, we have, of course, always in October, the day of Halloween, the 31st. We have the sun going into Scorpio again, which always occurs in October. We have a new moon Scorpio and a full moon Aries. Mercury goes retrograde, and on the 3rd of October, Pluto goes direct in Capricorn. Now, I think astrologically there is still a lot going on for us as we move into the end part of 2019 and head into 2020. So these are still months, and next year will be very full-on years of change. That is pretty much what is occurring. So there is a lot of change happening around us. Now, Pisces, for you guys, I've decided to utilize these decks of cards. Everyone is probably getting a different mix for the month of September, just depending on what I feel is activated or is a good deck of cards for messages to come for you as individuals. I'm also bringing in different rays of light or angelic light energies as well for the reading. So for you guys, you're getting the pink ray, which is lovely. We've got the pink background. We've also got a beautiful rose quartz crystal there. Now, the pink ray is closely associated with Archangel CHAMUEL, who represents love and peace. Also represents resolving conflicts, forgiving people, finding inner peace, and of course the heart chakra area of the body where we emanate our love emotion from. And the day that CHAMUEL most represents is Tuesday, and I'm uploading this on a Tuesday for you. That happened to be a synchronistic pull-in or tie-in, so there's a lot of energy from CHAMUEL coming in here. Now, I'm not sure if CHAMUEL is in any of the cards that are present here, but we will see if we get a lot of pink energy coming through any of the cards. That will indicate that CHAMUEL is in the reading. So what we will do, we will start with this deck. This is the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck, so it is a tarot deck. He has altered the aces are in here, but the court cards aren't. The court cards are more or less changed out with the chakra energy cards. So this is for Pisces for October 2019. What is it that they could benefit by listening to? What is in the air around them collectively as a group? I did get also as well for you guys some words that came to mind or some thoughts. And this has been for a lot of people, these messages that have come in. There's been the words crossroads, decisions, and emotions, as well as expansion, and possibly for some of you expansion in terms of career. So these ones have been jumpers from the get-go. And we have here mental conflict. And of course, I've just said that emotions were on your list of agenda or emotions or energies that were flowing through. And I also said that the CHAMUEL helps resolve conflict, and we have here mental conflict as one of the first cards that flipped itself over, allowing access to the reading. So let's have a look and see. You've got 3 others here. Let's see what turned up for you guys. I'll just move things back a little bit so that we can see them all. Harmony, that's the Lovers card. The Lovers card has been out so much in September and October. The partnerships and alliances and firm foundations. Now they flipped out upside down, which just to me tends to indicate that there could be a little bit of, with the things that are going on, with the thoughts that are around you, there may be a bit of stalling. And I got that feeling with the crossroads energy. Sometimes when we are at a crossroads, we have a stalling effect going on. It could be because of this first card here, the mental conflict, which is in fact the Two of Swords, which is often directed and your traditional tarot decks of a woman with two arrows going like that in either direction, indicating being at a crossroads. Some of you are contemplating what direction you are headed in, and for some of you I'm getting the feeling this is about career opportunities or choices, or how you want to go ahead in life, progressing in directions that your money or finances can be going in as well. The Two of Swords will tell us that you're having trouble making this decision or connecting perhaps with your higher self to find your intuitive answers. So remember, Pisces, you guys are actually so good at intuitive and psychic awareness. You and Scorpio are probably the two top zodiac signs that have this ability to tap into the innate etheric or celestial realm to resolve issues in your life. So this could be something about connecting again at a higher level, trusting your gut instincts, listening to messages that come through, especially synchronistic messages, about situations that you are wanting to find resolve or wanting to have change from conflict to resolution. Now, given that these ones all flipped out a little bit here, there could be some conflict or something that you're wanting to have resolution in a close relationship. So that this is the Lovers card, of course, a close relationship that is an intimate one, or a business associated relationship. And we've got this partnerships and alliances right next to this one. So we have a lot of these hands that are touching or grabbing each other in some form of support mechanism. What is it that's happening for you guys that you are either questioning or you are thinking isn't flowing as well as it could be or should be because they're slightly upside down for right now? Interestingly enough, all of these three together are talking about holding on to things a little bit too much when perhaps we should be allowing them a little bit more freedom, or allowing the emotions that are tied into them a little bit more freedom, or even yourself more freedom. And this could be what's causing the mental conflict that's going on over here in this card. So some of you are finding either you're feeling insecure or unbalanced around this potentiality of relationships. For some of you, it's your close, intimate relationship, or one that's very, very dear and special to you. For others, it could be a business liaison or partnership that you are either in the process of making and forming, or it's already up and running, but you're feeling as though it's not quite going as smoothly as it should have at this point in time. This one here is the Four of Pentacles, and that card in itself is often talking about holding on to things quite closely, and especially around the heart. In the traditional tarot, that's where this card appears. The guy is holding on to these pentacles right around his heart area and around about here. Now, we talked about CHAMUEL being the angel of the pink ray and the love energy that's in for your reading, and a whole lot of this could be involved in the energy of love and relationships. So remember, if you go back to the words that CHAMUEL helps you deal with, was resolving conflicts, right? So resolving any of this tension or problematic issues, or lack of direction, or lack of being able to find your answers. So this CHAMUEL can help with this. Also forgiving people, finding inner peace, and the heart chakra energy. So if you're having problems, and if there's something that you are finding is not flowing or is going in a direction that you're not happy with, or there's some sort of energy or input possibly from others that you are finding is bringing things out of balance, then call upon this pink ray of light and love and harmony and peace and the Archangel CHAMUEL to bring it into a little bit more positivity. This one over here, firm foundation, the Four of Pentacles, often means that your finances are actually in pretty good shape, that you have done well in terms of investing it, or putting it aside, or having it under control, I guess you could say, because it's a card that has a degree of control around it. But this one over here might be suggesting that you feel as though something is wrong with it, or as you feel as if you can't control it, or someone else, like a partnership or a business or some sort of debt, is perhaps not taking control of this money, but making some sort of inroad into where you want it to be, or how you want it to be spent, or how you want it to be saved. Now, a big message about all of these is trusting your gut instinct and finding answers within and becoming back to your intuitive self. So I think as we roll into October for you guys, emotions definitely are on your mind, clearly, and you're allowing some sort of conflict to bubble over. You're worrying a little bit much. You need to come back and apply positivity or positive light or positive energy or optimism to some of the things that are on your mind that you are thinking are probably in a worse shape than they are. Let's see a little bit more clarity here. What else is there for Pisces around these cards that we can indicate a little bit more messaging for? Oh, that's too many to really use, to look into. So I'll put them back on the top and see if we get just one or two more. Well, they're really still wanting to give you quite a lot. So perhaps we won't go too much further in the rest of the deck. But let's see what came out. Heartache and loss, and it's reversed. Now, all of these reversed. I think that's my fault because I picked the deck upside down. So from this perception, I'm going to turn them all around, and we will turn this one around as well. The heartache and loss, yes, some of you have got something that's going on that has been going in a slightly random direction, and it could be around relationships, and for some of you it may have been your intimate or personal relationships. This can be a temporary situation that could be remedied through things like, I was going to say arbitration, but that sounds a little bit too legal. So that takes me back to the thinking in terms of businesses or career issues that might be going on for some of you. But in terms of a personal relationship, and if it's bringing in things like the mental conflict, because these are all the sword cards here with the blue edges. So this is when it's saying that there is a degree of communication that's required, and mediation or conciliation or talking, seeing a counsellor can often be remedied for issues around partnerships or alliances that have come not necessarily unglued, but have come to a stalling point or are at a crossroads and aren't moving forward. So if you are lacking communication between people in any area of life, whether it be negotiating for a pay rise or for a new job, or negotiating to purchase a property, or negotiations on a business deal, or signing for something, or contracts, or a work of art you're doing, or a piece you're writing, or a production, or getting it printed or taken to the next stage. Even if you're in a political field and you're trying to get an amendment or a bill changed, these are the types of forms of energy that you need to apply. Some form of communication, mediation, litigation, any of those might help resolve these ones that were sitting here a little bit stuck. Another 3, and then you get rejoice and celebration after it, almost as if saying that in fact you've got 3 3s, which are 9. So 9 could be relevant, or 3 could be relevant. But when the 3 3s come out, there's quite a load that's pushed towards that number 3. So really think about the cards of the 3 that are coming in and what they might mean to you. But after talking about remedying things through some form of communication as opposed to just emotional, although yes, we talked about bringing emotions in with the pink ray and using positive energies to harmonize things, it appears that if you do some good communication or use some good communication in the month, you could find yourself with this rejoice and celebration, which is happiness, which means success one way or another. This is also a card that tells us about visitors coming to see you, or spending time with people who appreciate you or who share your same morals, ethics or beliefs. Quite often this can be very, very close friends, and sometimes from the past coming in to visit, or it can be family members who are supporting you one way or another. This is beautiful. This is the Four of Wands, which is about happy homes. Look, you've got 2 4s in here as well. So we're kind of down. If you notice, we've been down a lot in the lower ends of the numerological realm. We've got 2s, 3s and 4s and 1 6 so far. So it almost feels that like this is the beginning of something that you're dealing with, or it's the beginning of this feeling of conflict. So things, as I say, I feel have been going along fairly well in the past, and then there's something that came up that was some sort of block. So you're dealing through the beginning of this cycle. It has a little bit of work to do yet, and that's what the firm foundation is all about too. Just remember that the more application and diligence you put into something at the beginning of it, the better chance you have of it succeeding and being successful as it comes to the apex and the end of it. So with this 4, again, we're talking foundation. We've got firm foundation down here. For some of you, literally foundation is going on. Are you foundering something? Are you forming something brand new, like a brand new idea or concept or strategy? Or are you coming into a very new part of your life, like a brand new relationship or a brand new idea? Are you on the cusp of something that is changing the direction that you are headed in? Because some of you are literally forming these foundations of newness about where you're going. And 2020 is a tipping point year. There's something big coming in 2020. So if we are preparing ourselves now and taking ourselves into the energies that are going to be streaming forth for 2020, this is exactly what we would be doing, forming foundations. And some of this mental conflict may have been because you're not sure how to do it, or you're thinking, wow, this is coming out of, out of the ballpark. I'm not used to feeling this way or thinking this way or having these type of ideas or concepts. But this is a beautiful card of happiness. You can see it there. It's a happy family card. It's talking about feeling positive and well and truly safe in your home environment. For some of you, this is moving homes, shifting, purchasing a new home, immigration, moving to another country. This can be about bringing harmony and balance back into the home. So if some of you have been going through some sort of mental conflict in your home for various reasons, it feels as though it's beginning to balance out, as if there are these firm foundations coming back in to bring peace, resolve and harmony. And remember to utilize the pink energy, the pink ray, the love energy to make sure that harmony is in the home. This firm foundation card as well can sometimes indicate back pain, hip pain, something going on through this part of the body, in the bowel, in the abdomen, can be like irritations, autoimmune disorders. It also can have to do with the spine and alignments as well. Let's see what's next. The 5, financial and material changes. And this is the 5 of Pentacles. Again, it has a feeling of as if there's conflict, as if there's this slight mental, emotional drama or trauma going on. There's definitely something for some of you about feeling as though you just wish things weren't quite in this position, or you are looking for a more positive change to come in. Now with this one, it can mean temporary financial glitch, and we just kind of talked about that earlier when we mentioned something. When I said earlier, it must have been this one when it was upside down, and I talked to you about the fact that it could mean you're holding on to something tightly, or you're feeling as though you don't want your money to be spent this way, or your savings or perhaps a dividend or a payout hasn't paid off or hasn't come the way you want it. And this card could be reaffirming that a little bit. The 5 might be relevant. It might be about timing wise. It could be 5 weeks, or it could amount to a sum of 5, like 500 or 5,000 or 500,000. It could just be suggesting to you too that there's this period of 5 weeks or 5 months where there is something that's either tied up or a little bit inaccessible or a little less than you had expected. This card can also represent feeling run down, not just emotionally but physically, as if you need to look after your physical health. Now, quite a few astrologers are saying that October and running through to November is quite a tumultuous time for global health for humans. So it's a time to really pay heed to taking vitamins and minerals and having a good diet and making sure that you really fuel your body, mind and soul so that you can be functioning in the best possible way. So I think your reading is giving you quite current, like it's giving you definitely current messages at the moment it is, and it's talking to you about ways to, is it prop yourself up or support or nurture yourself? Most definitely. It's talking a lot about that, and it's also talking about ways to resolve anything that you're wanting resolved in the month of October. Yeah, well, there's your a major arcana, another one. This is temptation. This is also feeling a little bit out of balance. This is the devil card. So when he's around, we often know, just like the picture, that we're kind of like toing and froing on. Feelings or emotions are playing a big role. And sometimes the emotions in this card are exactly like this one, a little bit of mental conflict or indecision or feeling overboard about something. Now, all of these cards that were first here in their slight reversal mode, and with this inner conflict one as well, were pointing to a slight imbalance, out of kilter. So feeling as if either you're being treated a little bit out of balance, or as if something that you want to have control over isn't flowing the way you want it. And that's exactly what the temptation or the devil card would also indicate. So possibly at this time for you guys, you do need to really connect with, bringing, going back to resolving conflict, forgiving people. Is there someone you need to forgive in order to move on? Finding inner peace is most definitely a very powerful message for you guys, and something is connecting really powerfully to your heart chakra energy. So allow the devil to perhaps be a wake-up call in as much that it can bring balance back in for you. So this would be a great time to change diets or drop off something that no longer suits you. If you've found yourself addicted to something, whether it be like a drug or a toxin or a food or a person or a situation or a divisive thing that is controlling you or lowering you or giving you feelings of fear or loss or pain of any sort, then it's time to drop it off and remove it. It's time to flip this over and bring it into the state of harmony and love that is around you, that you do have, but bringing it back into balance to kind of balance everything else out and create this flow again. And you can do that by using your intuition, because as I said earlier, you're such an intuitive psychic realm. So Pisceans, really tap into your intuitive abilities this month, into your collective, into your higher self, into celestial helpers to resolve whatever's going on with this. And you've got the 9 of Swords again, so there's a lot of sword energy coming through, and that just means a little bit of tension or worry or feeling as if you're slightly not in control the way you might like to be. So let's see what else we can find, perhaps we'll have a wee look at these ones here for you guys. It's certainly a month to put some action into place. I would take action around anything that's particularly bothering you, or things that you feel are not in flow or harmony. Look at the positives, look from a positive angle, apply positivity. Listen to your intuition, because your angelic helpers are wanting to give you messages. So it says quiet your mind. Oh wow, that is amazing. Guys, quiet your mind and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your desire's manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you. Listen. And what do we do when we connect intuitively? We listen to our intuition. Now look at this. 2 2s, 3 3s, 2 4s. We're constantly down in the lower numbers, as I said to you earlier. Well, there's a 9. Know that that's coming to an end, the cycle. This, which says suffering and silence, which can come to you at night, which can sometimes be worrying at night, often about things that you can't necessarily control. That's why we're saying just give the mind some rest and stop going over and over and over these problems that are, worrying you, that they're telling you to just listen, because there are answers for you and there is peace of mind coming. And when you tap into your intuition, you will understand a little bit more. Also remember, guys, that everything that comes to us is a lesson. We are learning, we are growing. It's an experience that we are going through for a very powerful reason. So whatever you might perceive to be something that you didn't want to have happen, or something that you wish wasn't around, look at it positively, because that's what's coming out. Ground yourself, spend a little bit of time outdoors, nourish your soul and your physicality, be at one with nature, find yourself in harmony. When you detach from awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon the earth. We're helping you to balance the spiritual and material so you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly lifestyle. So they are asking you to come back and ground yourself, as well as connecting into your intuition. You've got to balance that out for you guys. And that one there, beautiful message. I always love it when this card comes. There is nothing to worry about. And that's what the Listen card says as well. You know, nothing to worry about. Just listen. Be prepared to hear some beautiful celestial messages, some support from your angelic realm, or from your helpers, or from your higher self. We'll see if we can get one more out of this deck for you guys. Actually, that one at the back fell off, so we'll take that. How lovely. And you know, of all my Piscean friends, so many of you are already entrepreneurs. You are self-employed, you have your own businesses, they're successful, you work very well on your own, you have amazing ideas and concepts. You may be coming back into some creativity that is coming as well. So I honestly think that as the month goes on, you will deal to any of the little worries or issues that were going on. Remember too that we've had a lot of positive cards that have come in about moving forward, feeling the contentment, listening for the advice, feeling into the love and the harmony, and about understanding that there are opportunities out there, calming the mind, applying foundations to something. Some of you, literally, that could be building something physically. So applying foundations as well. Angel of prayer to finish off, a beautiful angel. Ask the universe and the angels for help and guidance. And you've already been given that message right from the get-go with CHAMUEL, the pink ray. There's nothing to worry about. And the listen card coming in here about saying, listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. And those are truly beautiful cards. Even this one here with its presence of orangey gold illumination and that feeling of warmth. Just a warm glow of love and nurture and protection. So don't forget to commune and to talk with and to be in touch with your celestial helpers as the month moves on. So guys, thank you very much for joining me. There is a lot in there that could help you through any issues you're having in the month of October. It'll help you make choices about directions and calm any feelings of conflict that you do have. So thank you for tuning in. Check your moon and rising signs. There'll be different types of readings this month. Hit the notification button, and I wish you all a very happy and successful October ahead. I love when you leave your comments, and I appreciate you all and wish you the very best. Thank you very much. Namaste.